So now we are going to be doing the manual muscle testing of the wrist and the forearm muscles. First things first, we're going to do wrist flexion and extension. We're going to do first wrist flexion with gravity. We're going to ask him to flex that nice old wrist. That is a perfect looking 3. We're going to ask him to bring it to mid-range. We're going to push down on it. If he resists and doesn't break, that's a 5. If he breaks, that's a 4. We're going to ask him to flip his hand over, or we're going to flip his hand like this. Now we're going to do wrist flexion, gravity eliminated. Flex that wrist, sir. Perfect looking 2. And we're going to ask him to simulate a 1, which would be he can not fully contract, but I can still feel those flexors trying. And then we're going to ask him to simulate no contraction, no movement. That is a nice looking 0. That's all right. We got that. We get the idea. All right, now we're going to do wrist extension with the gravity, and that is a perfect looking 3. And now we're going to push down on his hands, and if he does not break, that is a good looking 5. If he breaks, that's a good looking 4. Now we're going to ask him to put it in the neutral position, and now he's going to do that wrist extension again. It's a good looking 2. We're asking him to simulate that 1, which is where he's not fully moving, but I can still feel that extension muscle trying. And if I don't see any movement or feel any contraction, that is a 0. Now we're going to be moving to the pronation and supination. Now we're going to have him.
Ulnar and radial deviation.
Or sorry, let's do ulnar and radial deviation first. Let's see that radial deviation against gravity. It's a good looking 3. We're going to kind of shake his hand and we're going to push down. That's a good looking 5 if he doesn't break. If he breaks, that's a good looking 4. Now we're going to flip it to the side. Gravity eliminated, radial deviate. Yes, sir, that's a nice looking 2. And then now we're going to palpate the radial deviation muscles. If we can feel them move, that's a 1, but you can't see full movement. That's a 1. But if you don't see any movement and don't feel any contraction, that is a 0. And now we're going to bring it back and flip his wrist like that. And now we're going to ask him to do a little bit of ulnar deviation. That's a good looking 3. We're going to push down on here. And if he doesn't break, that's a 5. If he breaks, that's a 4. And then we're going to ask him to bring it back down. This is gravity eliminated. Has some good looking ulnar deviation. That's a 2 right there. And we're gonna we're going to palpate over here. And now, if we see movement we feel contraction but don't see much movement, that is a 1. If we don't see movement or feel contraction, that is a 0. Now we move on to pronation and supination. Okay, let's take a break.